Hi, welcome everyone to the Maddox Minute. I'm Ryan,
I'm Justin.
and today we are going to ramble on about AI and pretty much the pros and cons of it all. Um, it's a good concept, but it's still far behind what we're in. You know, getting close to mid 2030 or 23. What year am I in?
I don't know anymore, dude.
But
2013?
um,
I
oh
was 2 years out of
man,
high school at that point.
yeah, man, that was a year before I got married. But anyways, no, we are in 2023, and AI like Chat GBT.
GPT.
That's what said.
You said B.
It sound like B.
Yeah.
Oh no,
But there's the
yes.
Copilot for Bing, Google Bard. I mean, you can look through literally thousands of apps, and everyone now incorporates some sort of AI into their stuff. You also have stuff that generates pictures. You have ChatGPT by OpenAI's new plugins that they're trying to do. Dude, there is so many different
Well,
things.
see, it the thing with GPT, I said it right. Thing is it's pretty much like Wikipedia at this point, but smarter. It's kind of like having a kindergartner on a second grade level, if that makes sense. It's not always going to be right, but it's smarter than the rest of them. And
Uh, Actually, it depends on the version that you use. If
right,
you're using the basic
it's
3.5, that one was actually shown to score bottom 10th percentile in their classes of stuff. You also have the turbo mode, which is just the same thing, a little more reliable, a little bit faster.
that you pay
And
for.
then, yeah, and then you have four if you pay the $20 a month subscription fee. Highly worth it, by the way.
Yeah,
And that one is actually
yeah, I pay
proven
for it.
to go the top 10th percentile of their classes that they took. They passed bar exams across every single state in the top 10 percentile, some of the best that anybody's ever seen, just with
Right.
AI.
Thing is they are what they're still backed up to like 2021.
I think they're currently at 22, uh,
Oh, so
mid 22. It's 21 to 22
they're
now,
I thought it was
but they're
21. I thought they were just past the pandemic, like Chat GPT or Cheat GPT. I can't say it. It's like they
OpenAI.
just went through the pandemic.
I
Um,
think they're somewhere. They're constantly going up quicker and quicker and more. That's actually up until the point where all the big tech leaders, Apple's Wozniak, and then you have Elon Musk, who are trying to stop anything stronger than four
I,
until they are stricter laws, and monitoring. But there's a whole bunch of different things that Apple's trying to stop, Elon's trying to stop, because they are stuck in this fantasy world that it's going to end up like iRobot, like every single thing where, oh, these robots now become so self-conscious of everything that they take over the world.
well, I mean, look at what the two AI that they had that started talking to each other and started having like a consciousness, like they knew what they were, kind of who they were. They learned off each other. And I mean, that in itself is kind of creepy. And I mean, like you were saying, with the art, um, I can type in, I want you know, okay, Mario's coming out today. I want Mario riding around on a flying Bowser. And it'll draw that for me. And I can make it cartoonish, realistic. I mean, I can pick. And those that are doing like digital design, digital art, you know, those that use Photoshop and everything, it's kind of making it to where those programs are getting to where my 5-year-old can type something up and have a really good drawing. So I mean, they're like, you know, I'm going for web dev, and you're
I tried doing something to show you. Of course,
I saw the I saw the thumb.
like here, something like, oh, see if I can fix this up. But like
with
boom,
yeah.
there we go, right there. Something like that. I just typed in a simple prompt and it has stuff like that.
Yeah. That is kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I regret. That was the worst 10 seconds of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, don't show me that again. I'll
Send it
report
to you
you.
now. But actually, you know how these things are done though? It will take other people's art and mash it together to make said art you see.
And see, that's not fair to the artist at all. It's just like the AI. Realistically, I mean, it's taking other people's thoughts, stuff that's already out there, and making it its own. And I mean, I say that, and I'm like, you know what? We're guilty of the same thing. It's like doing a book report. You know, reread the book and then do a summary. It's kind of what it does, but it. What is that movie where they're like Rondo, it's got electrolytes, it's what plants want, or whatever. Idiocracy. That's the movie. Technology gets so smart that people get so dumb, and we're already seeing it. You know, go out and ask someone, you know, what the capital of Texas is, and they live in Texas.
San Antonio.
And they're like Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. They just start throwing stuff out there like big cities, and it's like,
is it Waco? It's got to be Waco.
No, it's clean. It's definitely clean because Fort Hood's right there. Yeah, the good place.
Fort Worthless?
Oh man, the good place. Oh man.
But little do people know that AI.
Actually, one second, way off subject.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Bringing Fort Hood up. Last time I've been through there, the place was closed down because people were trashing it. But if you went over to Copper's Cove, and there was a back way that would take you to a town called Gatesville. Well, there was this creek there called Cowhouse Creek. One of the best places I've ever swam, and it was real chill, but people just trashed it. And yeah, went back to visit friends that were still there, and I was like, dude, let's go to Cowhouse Creek. And they're like, man, that's been closed for a few years. I'm like, damn, you know, it's people ruin stuff for other people. It's horrible.
Dude, real quickly,
it's a side rant, I know, but
it wouldn't be a Max Minute without your side rant. That's about the only thing that's being about a minute is the rants. This is the off-kilter rants. That is the minutes. Wheat thins. No, but what most people don't realize is that with AI, it is all what we teach it. It can never be smarter than humans. It can learn what it's taught.
Okay,
So
but
like when some of the
here's the
stuff,
thing, and I'm sorry for interrupting you, but here's the thing. A gun could never shoot anyone, and I'm pro guns, but a bad person could shoot one. A person with wrong intentions could teach an AI something, or one with good intentions. You know, the path to hell is laid with good intentions. You know, can try to go so far. You don't think that it could get out of hand at some point, just like you know, with you know, dumb things that we've done in our past. And I'm not talking about personal past, I'm talking about like the history of the world, like, you know, realistically coming up with nuclear weapons. Why? Like,
because
other
humans
people
are
are going
prone
to
to
do it,
war.
right? But I mean, really, you see what I'm saying? Like, you you need to take it here, but you're wanting to bring it way up here. And you know, there's always that person that wants to overdo it. I think
That's
that's what I'm getting at.
that's how humans are naturally. We're gonna always try and overachieve. There's gonna be people who don't try and do anything, people who do bare minimum, people who do what they're supposed to do, the one step further, and then just overachieve. Like me with the videos for school.
You got then you got us that try really hard and
Get nowhere.
think we're doing good, but we're running in one spot on a treadmill. Yeah. You know?
Up an
Like,
incline.
yeah, I'm proud of this. Look what I did. And then test results come in. I'm like, what? Everything I know is a lie.
Well, I mean, again, like I like going the extra mile on things because then I can teach other people. Like with the school videos I do, do they have to be that complex? No. Is it fun doing it? Yeah. Do people get to learn and push themselves harder to try and do something such as that? 100%. And for me, that's really nice because I mean, I know how far I need to go. Just put in that little extra effort though, make it really nice. Cool. But
And see,
that stuff I can't teach people more than I already know.
right. My thing is okay, you go way out of your way to do something. And that's commendable.
And that was a backhand compliment.
I mean,
I accept it full-heartedly too.
more of a compliment, because there's not many people out there that are willing to do that. Like I'm willing to do it, but me, and I think this is more of a backhand to me than it is a compliment, but I will find the easiest way to try to get the same results. So it's kind of like, you know, Common Core math. You do all this stuff, and yeah, it looks nice, but it also looks complicated and it's unnecessary. But you're going that extra mile to where me, I'm just like 2 + 2 is 4. You know, I can just, or, you know, do it by counting Triscuit art, by counting Triscuit art. Not Triscuits.
Ooh,
With hands.
wheat thins, he's cheating on
I
you.
saw, yeah, I saw a box of Triscuits in the cabinet earlier. I looked at them. I was like,
No, I can't.
They don't even
Mm.
look right. They look like a salty mini wheat. It's like
Yeah,
you
no,
want to
ew.
put milk on. I don't know. It's
Ew,
just weird.
don't. No, don't.
Mm-mm.
No, but that's one of the things I've said. And I know I told you that multiple times, is that there's multiple ways to the same solution.
Mhm.
You know, you might do a simple video and get 100 on it. I could do the insanely complex video and get 100 on it. We both did what we were supposed to do to achieve a certain goal, but we just had different routes of doing it.
You know what aggravates me? And I know this is supposed to be about AI. Anybody that's watched our last video, Goku is really trying to show through. And anyways, anybody that's watched her last video know we're like bouncing everywhere. But oh man, I don't even know where we're going. Oh, yes. We're both in school right now. Okay. And we've been in the same class up to this month. Um Jesus, I'm sorry. I forgot what class you were in.
English
Uh,
comp,
English comp, which is my favorite subject.
dude, I will take your discrete math any day.
And see, that's the thing. Like, I'm in discrete math. Math is the worst subject in the world. And once you start getting, you know, these, I'm gonna
redacted. It's redacted.
yeah, but I'm gonna unblur this. Once you start getting weird symbols like that you can't even type out to like really try to figure out what's going on. And I'm not even gonna lie, we're on AI right now, and I'll throw myself under the bus. I have tried to copy and paste a lot of the stuff in our math class, and I've tried to throw it into Chat GBT. I've tried to do Microsoft Math. But the way they have the graphs like up here and then everything, just the way they don't even have it in PDF to where you can copy and paste. And then with Microsoft, you can actually kind of screenshot, put like a little box around it, then drag it over. They have this stuff like it's in the anti-cheat mode. And it's not the fact that I'm trying to cheat. It's I'm trying to find another way to look at it. It's kind of like if you were in the same room with me and I'm sitting here struggling and I'm looking at it in a certain way, but you're going to see it in a completely different way, and you might be able to help me find a middle ground to where I'm like, it's this easy, which man, my kids were getting up and going to school. We had class. It started at 10 a.m. Monday morning,
morning.
and then it ended around noon. Um, I didn't go to bed until 7 the next morning. Um, I got the whole week done, and you know what I didn't know we were having 2 classes this week, or every week with math. So whenever I was just shown, like PEMDAS, you know, the parentheses and all, please excuse my aunt, whatever.
Parentheses, exponents,
Yeah, I know.
multiplication,
Multiplication, division,
addition,
subtraction. Yes. But that's what our class was on. And only the very beginning of the 15 things that we had to do this week, like literally we had 2 categories. The first one had 5 things that we had to do, which was mostly intro to stuff, and then the second part had 10 tests, and with most of the tests we had 4 tries. If it wouldn't have been for the professor that I have, like with those 4 tries, everything that we got right, he would explain to like how to get to it, even though you got it right. But on the things that you got wrong, like if and I'll have to get with you later to try to, that way we don't get too far off subject. We already are. But he does a great job at explaining how to get to that. So every time you would go and take this, test, it would be different answers and different questions. It wouldn't be the same. So it wasn't like you could just take pictures and, go back and then put it through. But what I did do is his explanations, I would sit there and I would take pictures of it, and it would
Submit it to
help
Mod
me.
Chat.
Yeah, it would help me get, like there's Cartesian products and everything else. I'm trying to find, something. Yeah, I can't find it. And I was gonna load in, or I was gonna get back into my classes, but since I had already passed this week with a 98 and I've done all my classes, I'm locked out. Like I can't go back and look at it. But luckily we have a site that we can go to. But today's lecture was over the part with all those symbols, like you would have let's see right here, sequences and
Strings,
strings is one, but
your bits, your query strings, everything in there.
oh yeah, but have you ever heard of a duple?
Hmm?
That sounds like a Rick and Morty type word. Like I was like, a duple, what? And luckily the videos, like with this class, they couldn't have made it for someone that hates math so much. They say it's fun, and I'm not finding it fun in any shape, form,
Trust me,
fashion,
the
nothing
rest of
like
us
that.
are.
It is not fun. But I'm surprising myself. I'm doing. I know once I make it past this class that
You still have more math classes to do.
but what I once I make it past discrete math as a whole, I have more faith in myself that I'll be able to actually finish school. This was my kryptonite, and I've already got 1/4 of it done. Since we're talking about math, I'll put it that way. So I don't know, the way they explain it, like TEM, technology and entertainment and media, the last class that we had together, even psychology of play, and Jesus, I really I cannot remember the very first class that we had.
Creative presentation.
Yes. Thank you. But none of those classes now creative presentation was the easiest by far. And Devin, one of the guys that we're in school with, last month, he was like, the first two, they're like, welcoming you in, and you're like, this is
Getting you ready
great,
for
this is gonna
everything.
be fun. Then all of a sudden, you're
Sam was
pumped
just
with,
boom.
yeah,
Like, hey, guess what? Now you're gonna have 4 assignments this week, each ranging from a 2 to 5 hour project,
oh
and
yeah,
then try and figure
and
this stuff out.
later on, there's gonna be because Full Sail is for those of you that don't know, it's a fast-paced school. So me with discrete math, I hate it with every fiber of my being, just like Justin with English comp. But the problem is instead of having a full semester to learn this subject, we only have a month to cram everything in at once. But then again, we only have a month that we have to deal with this class.
Yeah,
Granted,
like my bachelor is only
yes.
taking 29 months for a
Yeah,
bachelor's in IT.
mine is gonna be a 28-month course, but if I go for another year, I'll actually have my master's in web dev. And what's great is I've gotten rid of Facebook a while back because all the negativity on there, it's one thing that always gets me is whenever you have good intentions and you do something good, but someone always has something kind of negative to say. I have
Yep.
mixed emotions on that. Like I get aggravated, but then I'm like, well, I tried. I did a good thing, and I don't blow up like some people would and be like, well, I tried, and if you don't like it, and no, I try to actually learn the reasoning by why one feels a certain way.
Mhm.
And I think that's why I like psychology so much. And I think that's why you and I, you know, uh, if there were ever two completely different people, it would be you and I.
Oh yeah.
I think realistically, the only thing that we 100% agree on
Respect.
is well, no, I was gonna say our love for like metal.
That too.
So I mean we both like metal music, but other than that, on a religious standpoint, I mean that's two different ends of a spectrum.
Religion, political, this, that. I mean, so many different things that we disagree on, but like
I
especially
don't think there's really much of anything we do agree on, but you
bringing us back in now. Like you and I disagree on some aspects of AI and where it could lead us to. I see, because that is going to be my field, is working with AI,
yeah, you're IT, and
virtual machines, machine learning, all that different kind of stuff. I see what it can lead us to. Like I understand the ins and outs of that a lot better than some people do. And some people are like, oh, well, again, they're going to learn, like you were saying earlier, with the two robots that were talking to each other and, becoming more self-aware. They have to be given that knowledge in order to make that happen.
yeah,
They can't
but I mean,
do everything that people think they can do. They can take what they know and find the quickest way to that solution.
You don't think that they could gain their own like subconscious, kind of thoughts and behaviors? Like,
We as humans don't even fully understand how the consciousness works. We can't teach what we don't know. Can you teach me about physics?
no, but I can stumble on to an answer,
Yeah, but you can't teach me anything about it
no,
because you don't know.
but that's what I'm saying. Accidents, can be made. Me stumbling onto one of those, like, I mean, think about it. That's how most inventions were made,
Oh yeah.
accidents, or, there's also those ones, Edison, that get credit for certain things, like the light bulb.
Mhm.
He didn't invent it, he just made it better.
Yeah.
But um
That's the evolution of technology, though.
right. I feel I see how you look at AI, but I look at it, especially going in as web dev, I see it as a threat, or a potential threat, because
Because you chose the wrong degree
there's
program.
a website that I found the other day. There's a website I found the other day that I could actually make my own website without knowing Python, CSS, HTML, anything like that. Like, it's an AI that does it for you. And I mean, if with that being the case, I'm going out there trying to say, with my business background, say I start a business where I'm building websites, and I'm freelance. Um, say you're my business partner, as we are now. You do the IT side of it. You know, make what I build more secure, and we work off of each other's pros and cons. Like, I mean, trying to sell that, because I mean, a lot of freelance web devs by themselves, they I'm hearing a
I'm
lot of
hearing a lot
echo
of echo
now.
now.
But they
They
all I'm hearing
all
is
I'm hearing is
echo.
echo. Here right now. Oh yeah. I'm saying it like right now. I just typed in for them to show me a code to how to
Yeah,
write
yeah.
a website on dogs. And that's exactly what it's doing. I don't have to worry about anything else. I can just type this in, so
So
that's
see,
one thing right there
that's
for
the
you
thing.
then.
As a
As a
freelance web
freelance
dev,
web dev,
I would be
I w-
charging, you know, somewhere around 100 an hour. That's anywhere from 70 to 140 is typically where I've been seeing freelance web devs, what they charge an hour to build a website. Um, but why would someone spend that much money for someone to build something that they can just go to an AI and pretty much just build themselves by just typing in what they want? You just pretty much showed everybody how I'm irrelevant. So,
You're
but
welcome.
I mean, yeah, I'm the one that brought it up. But I mean, that's the dangers of AI. Like, I do see the pros of it. Like, even in the medical field. My wife she's going to be an RN. Um, there are robots that they use for surgical precision and things like that. Technology has done nothing but help with our medical growth, but you you're starting to see, like you can have a doctor's appointment through Zoom,
Mhm.
which
Isn't as
I
effective as people think it is, but
no, it's
still.
not. It's not as at all, because they can't. To really get a diagnosis on someone, you have to be there. You can't get blood pressure, you can't get heart rate, you can't get lab work, you can't. There's so much that, me looking at you right now, you just look a little ugly, but that's not a diagnosis. I mean, that's just an
That's just
opinion.
facts.
And I mean, really, that's all they give on those sites are opinions. And even going to a physical doctor, it's still an opinion, but it's more of a detailed, more direct. They have more information than what someone, having a video call would. Um, and I tried to push past that whole ugly comment. Didn't give you a chance to reply, but
It's
no,
true though.
man, it's like with her going into the RN field, AI can actually take over, you know, everything she's learned. She could, because you already have, y- like, I can take blood pressure the old fashioned way, with the stethoscope and the blood pressure cuff and I can do that. But why, when I can just go to Walmart, get the machine, it reads it for me, tells me my heart rate and everything else. And that's the thing. It's getting now, some doctors' offices, they'll get your weight, your blood pressure, heart rate, age, they'll put it in to the system. And one of the big systems that's used is Epic, not to be confused with Epic Games, but they that system keeps up with everything and even helps. It's kind of like a medical calculator, um, with say drug interactions, to understand how one will work with another, the pros and cons of it. It's kind of like me learning discrete math right now. Like, do I need to know it to build a website? No. Does it help me understand it better? Yes. So like my wife going to class in pharmacology to learn, these side effects. It's a good thing, but it's not needed, because the programming out there already does it for us. I mean, it's pretty much how a calculator was back in the day whenever it first came out, except that was a bigger deal back then. Now we are so numb to you know anything new coming about, because there's already stuff out there where we're dumbed down so much that having something actually work for us, um it just makes more sense now. you know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's hundreds of things. Like, but all when it comes into reality, that none of this would be possible without, the professionals doing it.
Right, right. But with them professionals doing it, it's getting they're making it to where it's so easy that you don't have to be a professional to be able to do it.
No, you
Um,
have to have some knowledge though behind to do it.
well, yeah, but not whenever you're building, AI to build a complete, system. And I mean, that's great for the person that made that program because they're charging for it. They're making money, but that's kind of putting everybody else out, like I see it as being beneficial, but I also see it as a threat. And I don't know. I'm trying to find something right here. Um yeah, there's oh man. I'm trying to find what it is, but it has to do with cooking. Um See, man, I have my stuff turned off. And okay, Toval, the smart oven. Um,
Mhm.
it'll you just load everything in it, it'll keep it all refrigerated, and then at whatever time you set it for, it'll cook for you. All you have to do is just load and set. Um, it's making lives so much easier. Because I swear, what's for dinner is
The hardest question.
that's the worst thing about being an adult is what's for dinner. And
Yup.
it's every day, nonstop, and nothing ever sounds good. I mean, um, especially, having a kid that refuses to eat anything other than hot dogs. Uh like if everybody was like this, anybody that made any kind of condiment, they their business would be out. Like he'll get a hamburger from somewhere. It's just bread and patty. That's all it is. If it has anything else on it, he'll
You
throw
won't
it
do
away.
it.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, I can't do anything dry. But if it's not a dry hot dog, a dry hamburger, um, kid won't even eat French fries or tater
What?
tot, uh, a corn
That's not
dog,
fair.
quesadilla. I mean, there's only like if I had to cook for this kid for the rest of my life and this is where he stayed, it would be so easy. But trying to figure out, what to do for the rest of the family and what sounds good.
It's
Um,
not easy.
no, it's not. So even I mean, there there was a while to where we were going out to eat every night, and mainly because, being too busy. But then it gets to where you're like, you start naming off places to eat and nothing sounds good. You're just like, yeah,
But now you have AI that'll just you can write in, hey, I have hot dogs, bread,
Yeah.
cheese, mayonnaise, all this stuff. List whatever's in your fridge. It'll tell you, hey, with all these different things, you can make A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, I've actually used that before.
Of course you
Um,
have.
yeah, I mean, actually, like we even started using HelloFresh. I mean, we don't do it a lot. We might do 3 meals a week or whatnot, but it's something different. Like those tacos I showed you with
Mhm.
the red cabbage.
Yep, those are good.
Man, look, that was really good. And then like it I don't know. I've never ate a taco that actually looked, kind of artistic, I mean, with the different colors and everything, it was pretty cool, but
Oh,
the
see, how do you think
flavors.
that makes everything for me? And I went to culinary school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
mean it's all relative to how people see things when it comes to AI. It can make our lives easier, it can make it harder. Like I'll try and upload the site that I made via AI in literal just 3 minutes. It's about dogs. Simple, easy, quick. I didn't really have to do anything at all for it. But
Yeah,
it
I
takes
was
people that know that code, aka you, to make that happen.
yeah, I was wondering where you went video wise.
Yeah, because I
So
was
I was
just
kind
creating
of
a
I
site.
figured, yeah, that's what I figured you were doing. I even saw the notification.
That I sent you that site. It's in HTML, it's in CSS.
Yeah, dog lovers from AI.
Yep.
Yep.
But as simple as that. I mean,
Yeah, it's that simple, but yet I I can turn all my notifications off, but yet they still come through. Oh
it's
man.
whatever. But like when it comes to Google's AI, they try pushing it out way too fast to compete with
Oh yeah.
Microsoft because Microsoft had actually got the rights to OpenAI to incorporate the
Wait,
stuff.
do they?
Hmm.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Google released Bard. And after one single mistake that it made, because they didn't properly train it, you know how much they dropped in stock prices?
Yeah, I heard they dropped not too long ago.
How much do you think it was?
No clue.
Throw a number out there.
Um like total or
Just
price for
from that
one
one
stock?
single mistake in one day, how much did they drop?
But total or like if I was to buy one stock?
Total. Their
Oh,
total stock price from one single mistake in one single day.
7 bill?
100 million, or is it 100 million or 100 billion that they dropped in a single day? Pretty sure it was 100 million because everyone is so invested in the Google Bard and it
Well,
messed up.
if it was a
I,
100 million, that for that company, I mean, yeah, it hurts, but
it doesn't matter, dude. One single mistake, one little
yeah.
mistake, because they
Well,
didn't properly train AI that would cost an extra $10,000 to train properly.
look at how much Elon lost in what, one day.
Because of Twitter.
But
He lost $44 billion by doing something he shouldn't have done.
Yeah, but to, I mean, good intentions, but he now holds the record for the most lost. And dude, that I I I would be devastated to lose a grand, a month, you know, and not just, man, it would hurt me to lose $100 in a day, you know. But for
Okay,
this
but
guy
what's in
to
that
lose
box over there? What's in that black and red box?
my Supreme AF1s.
Yeah, and how much did you spend on those? And what size? Is that a size 12? So it's even
Yeah.
harder to get those?
Um, let's see. I got those right when they dropped. They were two something, but the Tiffany and Co. AF1s aren't, yeah, they were AF1s. I tried, they were a $400 pair of shoe. I was trying to get two of them. One that I could wear, and then one that I was gonna sit on for a while for resale. As soon as they sold out, you could go to StockX, eBay, or Goat. They tripled, and in some cases more than tripled in their price. Um, I think the most expensive pair right now is just over three grand for the shoe resale. But my
All for a
wife,
little investment, right?
yeah, my wife even tried to help me get those. Um, but the oh, I don't have any AF1s by me right now, but just with my Jordan 1s right here. They're creased, but right here, that little silver piece that are on AF1s, the debray, uh, for my Supreme, it actually says Supreme and then AF1 on it. But the Tiffany and Co. is actually sterling silver, and on the back there was a sterling silver bar. But just for that debray, the little lace holder, $270 for a pair of those, and the shoe itself was $400. Um, like I said, my wife, she tried to help me. We registered through Tiffany and Co. trying to get the shoe, and it was kind of luck of the draw type deal. And yeah, we didn't get lucky. And what did I sent you the email? It was like,
Mhm.
you saw the screenshot, but there's a silver lining, and you was like, what's that silver lining?
You can buy
Silver
this.
lining was I was able to buy the accessories for the shoe that I couldn't
Not the
get.
shoe itself.
So I'm like,
Hey, so special deal. We are going to sell you these tires to the car, but not the car itself.
oh yeah, use special tires too.
Done.
Yeah.
It's like how people buy the Rolls umbrella. I think that umbrella is like $4,000, but people will buy that just to have that umbrella.
Oh,
I think it comes in the Phantom. Is like the
no,
most popular one.
Balenciaga. The IKEA bags.
Mhm.
Okay. Balenciaga came out with a bag that looked just like the IKEA bag. And IKEA bags like $5, if that. And this Balenciaga bag, it's a couple grand. And it's just like this cheap bag, like, I think of Walmart, like those blue Walmart cloth bags.
Mhm.
I think those are actually more durable than what an IKEA bag is. I mean, but then again, we're talking about an IKEA.
Fashion.
But the thing is IKEA, it was funny. They actually put on their site uh how to take care of your IKEA bag. You
Of
know,
course.
kind of, making fun of Balenciaga. But yeah, I'm I'm still pretty hurt about not being able to buy those tiffs like with my watch. This is the Tiffany blue color, and the shoe itself, um and actually, Justin, if you don't mind, for video purposes later, um if you would throw an image of the shoe
Oh,
up,
do. Yeah.
um with it's just a black shoe, and the Nike color, or the swoosh, the Nike check is that color,
Mhm.
and which is Tiffany blue, and really, really clean shoe. But yeah, it was hard to get. And Jordan and SB, just like my unions that I have, they're well, they're dunks, but still like a type of skateboarding shoe. And Jordan and SB kind of made a collaboration. And you got your Jordan 4s, um SB collab, and it's a pine green. Um I like the concept of it, but at the end of this year, they were they were dropping one called Sapphire. It was just a white and blue colorway. And man, I was really looking forward to it. But about a week ago, saw that they're canceling that colorway. Don't know why, but they're not gonna release it. Um, Everybody has different habits, and different hobbies. And I think the way I started to become a sneakerhead is, um I got a 13-year-old son. um you know um we started talking, and looking at shoes, and um you gotta look, whenever you get a chance, the Jordan 1s, just like those shoes right there. They're the oh man, I can't think. They're they're um like the college blue, like the UNC color, but they're off whites. And the thing with the off white is, with this, just from this part of the shoe to about right here is a part that's off white, kind of yellowed like this, to make it look old. Resale on that shoe right now is over $1,000. Um, and right here, it just has like a little orange little patch. But I plan to actually having a pair of those, and then I want to get their Louis Vuitton Nike dunks, or no, they're SB. Or no, no, they're not. Oh, They're Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones, and they're the blue colorway. I'd like to be able to get those, and you know, I don't know. I can sound like a woman, that has a shoe collection, but I mean, guys, with sneakers, I think we're worse.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like with these, if you look at it, you know how they always put like the little cap on top to where you don't see the inside foam of the shoe. Um, but yeah, these are just raw looking shoes, and um, I don't know. That's where a lot of my free money goes. Um, but if I don't wear it and I sit on it, I'll make my money back, you know. And then once you get into something, like you're not a shoe guy, but the smell of brand
hmm
new shoes,
Oh yeah.
dude. I wish they could bottle that smell.
They make
Like,
candles.
no, I'm talking about just like, just use it as like make my car smell like the inside of a new shoe.
Would you like
Uh,
me to send you a link to one?
huh?
I can send you a link to something that would do that for you.
To have that actual
Yeah.
actual
Yes.
authentic. Send it.
All right. But we've gotten extremely off par for today.
It's going to be a common deal.
Oh yeah. The Maddox Minute is going to mostly pertain to about a minute of the actual topic we say. And then we're gonna get off rant.
Maddox Manic Minute.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
So
we have some interesting topics coming up in the next few weeks. One of them is going to be cultural appropriation. And we also have one about pride. And we're going
yes.
to have one of our Discord mods up here with us talking, maybe a few potential other people as well.
Yeah.
From what Ryan has said, it's going to be a fun podcast on that one. So
I don't know if we're gonna get canceled or it's gonna be an interesting topic. I am like extremely open-minded. Um, but I have a lot of questions on a lot of pronouns and things that we'll touch on later. I'm not even gonna, bring one of those questions up specifically. Um, but there's a lot. And anybody that's gonna join that podcast or even listen to it, just please keep an open mind. I
again,
was
he
I was
is,
born.
yeah, he's almost 40. This
Yeah, I
is
was.
not like all this stuff is kind of in that era between the closed-minded people and the open-minded people. I mean, it's even I'm in the middle of that group where there's the closed-minded people, it has to be this way, and the open-minded people of, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm 100% open-minded.
But it's not a lot that we know about because it's ever evolving, it's ever changing. There's a lot of new stuff coming to
Yeah,
surface all the time.
it's like gender fluid. One day you're a male, the next day you're a female, and how am I to know which day it is for you? And I think what I'm wanting to touch on is, like you and I, how we both respect each other. There's an
Mhm.
understanding. If I say something because of my belief that offends you, you don't get mad about it, and it's vice versa. Like we take it as it is, and um we have that mutual respect, and that's what a lot of the world is lacking. um
How do we
that
better understand
yeah,
everything?
and I think a lot of the times, like even with the cultural appropriation that we'll be talking about, um a lot of times it's what fits the agenda at that point in time. Um and I I don't know. I legitimately have millions of questions that we might have to actually make it, a volume, like episode 1, 2, and 3, just on cultural appropriation or even gender.
Yeah.
Um, so there's I mean, there might be a podcast where we might do a podcast about nothing, just us sitting here letting the world know how secretly dumb and weird we are.
Like our bromance, as my wife puts it.
Yeah, yeah.
You and I sitting in Discord the other day, just hanging out and chilling and talking about everything and asking how you were. And, you know,
Yeah,
two
man.
of the most opposite people getting along as well as you and I do.
But you know what?
It's amazing.
What's amazing is with our last podcast on mental health and me struggling so much with PTSD and how I self-sabotage and
Mhm.
everything. There hasn't been a damn day that's went by without you. Are you okay? You good, bro? And I'm like,
Yep. Like, I'm gonna
it
check
it
on you.
it, it it's aggravating only because I know I need it.
Mhm.
And I know like it's
Now you have one more person to think about when there's stuff that comes to like, well, I can't do it. Well,
yeah,
you have
because
someone else
I
now who's
got
also gonna be checking on you.
I got this idiot right here that cares now. And
Hey.
I'm just like, man, like, but I mean, hell, you show more interest than what the VA does. You know?
Yeah.
Um, oh, speaking of which, I printed something out. Um, remember how I told you that I'm 100% PNT, which is permanent and total, and they
Mhm.
just sent me to get reevaluated?
Did you get
Um,
190?
right here, um,
Yep, I
the
saw that.
yeah,
Right
Veteran
after we talked
Benefits
about it.
Administration betrays veterans with forced medical reexaminations.
Yep.
Uh, the VA themselves, um, I forget where it is, but yeah, we talked about it in the chat. But they wasted several millions of taxpayer dollars just to get out of helping veterans.
Mhm.
Like all those millions of dollars that they just wasted on sending us to third party doctors, um, because they won't listen to their own doctors' medical advice. So they send us to places like used to be LHI, but now it's Optum. and then they got other places. But they literally just wasted all this money to try to get out of stuff.
Hmm.
And you still have homeless veterans, and you have that money could have been used to do so much more good than them just trying to get out of stuff. I mean, um, I don't know. I think that's something as a whole, as just an American taxpayer in general.
Yeah.
Um, that's something that everyone should be mad at. But who's gonna get in trouble for that? It's just like my neighbor. She's elderly. She lives by herself. She she's kind of like an extended parent to both my wife and I. But we're always checking on her. And she told me last night how Medicaid uh dropped her because now she makes too much money. The government is who pays her because she's elderly, disabled, and she can't work. The way she makes too much money now is because of COLA, the cost of living allowance, how it went up.
Hmm.
Eggs are like pretty much $8 right now.
Oh, they dropped back down over here.
Just eggs, but because they gave her a few extra dollars because everything else has went up, um they haven't changed it on their end,
Hmm.
but she now makes too much money, so she doesn't have medical insurance anymore. And they're the ones that give her the money. So I mean, it's like they will try to find every way to not help people that really need it. But then you have those that are on welfare and get food stamps, but yet they're driving an Escalade, you
Yeah.
know? And I mean, the ones that really need it
Can't get it.
don't get it because the ones that are pros at cheating the system, it all goes to them. And though I had a buddy of mine, he was a roommate, and his mom worked for the food stamp office here in town. And there would be people that would walk up there that had holes in their clothes, this and that, couldn't really afford much of anything, but would get denied for food stamps, even if they were old and disabled and everything else. You know, like my neighbor, she has to go to the food pantry um to get food, and we try to help. We cook, and we invite her over and things like that. Amazing woman. And my friend, the one that was my roommate at the time, whenever his mom worked at the food stamp office, those people that really needed it was getting denied. But the people pulling up in nice vehicles, like really nice vehicles, coming in, nice jewelry, well represented, um, they're the ones getting approved.
Hmm.
But for like $600-700 a month in food
Yeah.
stamp. And I don't understand it. Um, you know, um,
Well, let's elaborate more on this one later because we've gone
Yeah.
quite far so far.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I start talking. I'll talk about anything and everything, and I won't shut up. We might actually have to have a mod just for our podcast, one that will just pure dedicated to keeping us.
On track.
Yes. Um, so anybody listening, if y'all want to be a part of it, um, we'll talk. Y'all know how to get in touch with us. We have emails linked with YouTube. We're now
On
we-
every single major podcast, music, any place that takes podcasts, minus Apple. We're in the process of that application right now, but
Apple
we've
is
got
the
everything
only
else.
one that we are not affiliated with at this point, but we are close.
We got Google, we got Spotify, Amazon. I mean, those are a couple of big ones. All
Uh,
this video will be up on YouTube,
Podbean.
Podbean.
Um,
I mean, you name it, we're on it.
yeah.
iHeart.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know we're still recording. But I'm gonna say this that way you could remind me later. Before we get too big, we might need to change our URL for our Podbean website.
Okay.
But that's gonna entail a little bit of work as well. We might
Okay.
have to reapply to a few places, but yeah, just get with me and we'll talk more about that. But if y'all have any subject whatsoever, I really don't care if y'all want to hear an in-depth topic about slinkies. We'll talk about it. You could reach us many different ways, but our email is Maddox Minute. That's MADDOX MINUTE @gmail.com. And we'll be happy to help, assist, if you're interested in coming on, having your voice be heard about a certain subject. We'll be happy to consider. But anybody future in this podcast, discrimination, hate, or just anything negative, no matter the subject, will not be tolerated. We're here to discuss and to better understand each other. So again, I'm Ryan. This is
I'm
Justin. And this is the Maddox Minute. Y'all have a great one. Much love and respect.
See y'all next week.